Welcome to a story that may feel simple at first, but slowly reveals something powerful about everyday life. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that happiness is not something far away, not something only lucky people have, but something built quietly, step by step, through small daily habits. This story is not about one person, but about many moments, many choices, and many unseen decisions that shape a life. As you read, you may begin to notice something interesting. That happiness is not loud, not dramatic, but calm, steady, and deeply connected to the way we live each day. In a quiet town where life moved neither too fast nor too slow, there was something different about the people. They were not rich, not famous, and their lives were not perfect. Yet there was a lightness in their faces, a calm in their voices, and a quiet joy in their daily routines. Visitors often wondered, why do people here seem so happy? There was no single answer, but if someone stayed long enough, they would begin to notice patterns. Small habits repeated every day, almost invisible, but deeply powerful. Every morning in this town began gently. People did not rush out of bed with stress already in their minds. Instead, they took a few quiet moments. Some sat near windows, watching the sunlight slowly enter the room. Others stepped outside to feel the fresh air. These moments were not long, but they were important. They allowed the mind to wake up slowly, without pressure. This habit of starting the day with calmness helped them carry peace into everything that followed. Another habit that stood out was gratitude. It was not something they spoke about loudly, nor did they write long lists every day. But it was present in small ways. A person drinking tea would pause for a second, noticing its warmth. Someone walking to work would appreciate the cool breeze or the sound of birds. These small acknowledgments made ordinary moments feel meaningful. Instead of always wanting more, they learned to value what was already there. In their daily work, people focused not only on results but also on the process. They did their tasks with attention, whether it was cooking, cleaning, building, or teaching. They did not rush unnecessarily, and they did not compare their progress with others. This habit helped them avoid stress and frustration. By being fully present in their work, they found a quiet satisfaction that many people often miss while chasing bigger goals. Relationships in this town were simple but strong. People listened when others spoke. They did not interrupt just to give advice or show they were right. Instead, they tried to understand. This habit of listening created trust. When someone felt heard, they felt valued. Over time, this built deep connections. Happiness here was not only personal, it was shared, supported by a sense of belonging. Another important habit was letting go. People in this town did not hold on to anger for long. This did not mean they never felt upset, but they did not carry those feelings for days or weeks. They understood that holding on to negative emotions only made life heavier. So they practiced forgiving, not because others were always right, but because they wanted peace within themselves. Their lifestyle also included moments of pause during the day. Even in busy hours, they found small breaks. A short walk, a few deep breaths, or simply closing their eyes for a minute helped them reset. These pauses were like small anchors, keeping them steady even when life became demanding. Without these breaks, stress could easily grow, but with them, balance was maintained. Another quiet habit was limiting unnecessary noise. They did not fill every moment with distractions. There were times without phones, without constant talking, without endless information. In these quiet spaces, their minds could rest. Thoughts became clearer, and emotions settled naturally. Silence, instead of feeling empty, became a place of comfort. In the evening, life slowed down again. People did not carry the entire day's stress into the night. Many had simple routines, spending time with family, taking a walk, or reflecting on the day. Reflection was not about judging themselves harshly, but about understanding. What went well? What could be better tomorrow? This gentle awareness helped them grow without pressure. Sleep was treated with respect. They understood that rest was not a waste of time, but a necessary part of living well. By sleeping properly, they gave their bodies and minds the energy needed for the next day. This habit may seem basic, but it had a deep impact on their overall happiness. One of the most powerful habits was acceptance. Life in the town was not always easy. There were problems, losses, and unexpected challenges. But people did not fight reality endlessly. They accepted what they could not change and focused their energy on what they could control. This did not make problems disappear, but it reduced suffering. Acceptance created space for solutions and strength. There was also a habit of giving. People helped each other in small ways, sharing time, offering support, or simply being present when someone needed company. These acts were not done for recognition. They were natural. Giving created a cycle where kindness returned in different forms, making the community stronger and more connected. Another interesting habit was not comparing constantly. People did not measure their happiness based on others' lives. They understood that every journey is different. By focusing on their own path, they avoided unnecessary dissatisfaction. Comparison often leads to feeling not enough, but they replaced it with self-awareness and contentment. Learning was also part of their lives, not in a stressful or forced way, but as curiosity. They remained open to new ideas, new skills, and new perspectives. This kept their minds active and their lives interesting. Growth was seen as a natural process, not a race. They also paid attention to their physical well-being. Simple activities like walking, stretching, or doing light work kept their bodies active. They did not always aim for perfection, but consistency. This balance between body and mind contributed greatly to their overall happiness. One might think these habits are too simple to create real change. But the truth is, their power lies in repetition. These people did not become happy overnight. It was the result of practicing these small actions every day, even when they did not feel like it. Over time, these habits shaped their mindset, their reactions, and their overall experience of life. Visitors who stayed longer in the town often began to change without realizing it. They started waking up a little calmer, noticing small joys, reacting less strongly to problems, and feeling more connected to others. The environment influenced them, but more importantly, the habits slowly became part of their own lives. The story of this town teaches a simple but important truth. Happiness is not something we find suddenly. It is something we build, quietly and consistently. It does not require a perfect life, but a mindful one. It grows from how we think, how we act, and how we respond to everyday situations. In the end, the habits of happy people are not secret or difficult. They are small, practical, and available to everyone. Starting the day calmly, appreciating small things, focusing on the present, building strong relationships, letting go of negativity, taking breaks, enjoying silence, reflecting daily, resting well, accepting life, giving to others, avoiding comparison, staying curious, and caring for the body. These are simple steps, but together, they create a powerful way of living. And perhaps the most important part is this: you do not need to change everything at once. Even one small habit, practiced daily, can begin to shift your life. Happiness is not a destination far away. It is something that can start right now in the smallest of ways.